Sweden becomes the second European country to sell off its U.S. Treasury bonds, defying Donald Trump. Now, if you missed it, a Danish pension fund announced that they were selling off all of their U.S. Treasury bonds, about $100 million worth, in response to Donald Trump insisting that the U.S. takes Greenland. Well, Donald Trump responded by saying if anybody does this or they continue to do it, the repercussions would be severe. Well, Sweden told Donald Trump, pound sand and take your repercussions elsewhere. We're doing the same, as a pension fund in Sweden has sold off $7 billion worth of treasury bonds. And the thing is, they've been doing it for over a year now. They've been preparing for this, citing the instability of the U.S. economy. And this is all because of Donald Trump. He is making decisions one day, going full taco the next, trying to bully this country, trying to bully the next, and everybody in the world is moving on from us. Donald Trump thought he had all the cards. Donald Trump really believed that every country would fold to him, and instead, he's finding the exact opposite, and the long-term effects are going to be rough.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone who taught me this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. Now, this lesson, okay, once again, going into the MOTB, man. All right, this devil is finna get rid of this current monetary system. All right, this cash-based monetary system, and bring forward a cashless-based monetary system, a digital monetary system, man. All right, and we understand that this devil is trying to play God through his technology. Now, this is a TikTok, and it's gonna go into something in a movie. I believe they call it synthetic telepathy, man. All right, because this devil wants to play God, man. All right. Through his pseudoscience and technology, he wants to fuse man and machine, and he's trying to reach immortality on the left-hand side, you know? And that's why you have the saying how these highly advanced technologies are becoming indistinguishable from magic or sorcery, you know? This super highly advanced technology is no different than sorcery or magic, you know? Because these are Esau's miracles. When the scriptures go into Esau, Satan, his lying wonders, and when you read that in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, going into Esau's miracles, it's going into this technology, man. What this devil is boasting, all right, against the Most High, against Yahweh by Shema Shai through his technology. All right, this is why the scriptures say the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, man. Okay, this devil is deceived. All right, but let's play a part of this. Okay, you know, I'm gonna just stop it there. But the point is that these are the type of things this devil is trying to accomplish, man. All right, he really wants to play God. He really wants to try to achieve immortality. He really, you know, okay, because this is why the scriptures say concerning this devil how his desire is as hell and cannot be satisfied, man. People was looking at all this AI and saying how AI is unprofitable and this because it was never meant to be profitable, man. This devil have the resources of the earth. This devil don't need. He already have everything. The scriptures say the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right. This devil don't. All right. This devil wants control. This devil wants power. All right. The Lord is already given the world into his hand, and this devil is still not satisfied, man. All right. He wants to play God. All right. He wants to be control. He wants to control, man. Okay. And he wants to try to achieve these things through his pseudoscience and technology. All right. And this is why those that receive the micro C-hip, the Lord is going to destroy them. Okay. So, all right, Salakia. Okay, but now I'm going into this thing with Sweden. Now, once again, this devil is trying to bring forward, you know, this digital surveillance, totalitarian slave world, man. All right, and he's ushering it in under these people's noses. Now, I believe it was Denmark. I believe Denmark has sold some U.S. bonds, and I believe Sweden, okay, Sweden, which is right here, came after them. Now, it says Swedish pension giant elect to has divested the majority of its U.S. Treasury holdings since early 2025, selling approximately 70 to 80 billion, 6.7 to 7.7 billion to reduce risks from U.S. political unpredictability, man. All right. Swedish pension fund elect to cuts U.S. Treasury holdings. Since the beginning of 2025, we've reduced our holdings in U.S. government bonds in several rounds. Okay. And I bring this out because this will greatly affect, all right, these countries selling U.S. bonds will greatly affect the U.S. economy. And once again, you got to understand this is a controlled demolition. This devil wants to get rid of this dollar, man. All right, he wants to get rid of this cash-based monetary system and bring in the digital, a cashless monetary system, man. And I believe this devil Trump, he said how we need a weaker dollar. They want to weaken the dollar. Okay, so bringing all this out because they're getting ready to usher in a digital system. All right. Now going into Sweden. All right. When you go into Sweden and how they deal with purchasing, buying, and selling, it says Sweden is nearly a cashless society with digital payments dominating due to high-tech adoption apps like Swish and security concerns. Though this shift has created financial exclusion from some vulnerable groups. Now, the point is that when you go into Sweden, Sweden is damn near cashless. All right. And in Sweden, I believe you have thousands of Swedes that have the micro chip inside them, man. So it was just I believe the word is ironic, you know, how you have Denmark selling U.S. bonds and then you had Sweden after them. But Sweden is ahead of the ball game with what? With the cashless society. All right. So once again, come on, man. Sweden is known for its pioneering adoption of human microchip implants, where thousands use right-sized RFID chips under their skin as digital keys, IDs, and payment methods, man. You know, and this really what came to mind when I seen the Sweden selling U.S. bonds. Okay, I was like, yeah, Sweden is ahead of the game when it comes to what the cashless society. All right. So, Khan, man. Now, you also have this article. Thousands of Swedes are inserting microchips under their skin. And all this is where it's all leading to, man. All right. The weakening of the dollar. All right. Eventually getting rid of this cash-based monetary system, ushering in a digital, cashless society, man. You know, purchases, payments, buying and selling being done digitally, cashlessly. All right, this devil bringing in this digital, totalitarian slave world, man, fusing man and machine, and these are the times that we're coming into. So this is NPR.org. Thousands of Swedes are inserting microchips under their skin. It says technology continues to get closer and closer to our bodies, and that's why the scriptures speak about how let's Satan should get advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of his devices. And a part of this devil, what this devil does is what? Gradualism and conditioning, man. That's why they have the saying with the boiling the frog. You know, if you turn up the temperature, when you don't just put it on high, or the frog will just jump out the pot. You turn it up slowly. You know, you turn it up. You turn it up little by little, man. You turn up the heat little by little until the frog doesn't realize that it's being cooked, you know? And see, these people don't understand that they're walking into this digital system, man. All right? Here it is, because when you understand real money, which is gold and silver, how from gold and silver now you have the dollars, you know, and then eventually this devil got rid of the gold standard, which allowed this devil to print dollars into infinity, you know, and the value, the currency. Okay, and you have digital payments, whether it be through your phone, these contactless digital payments, whether it be through your phone, smart watches, Apple watches, and, all right. But eventually, and that's through what? Through technology. When really you have credit cards and debit cards, and then now you could pay with your phone, your Apple Watch, your smart watches, okay? And what's that? Technology, man. And now they want this technology inside you. And it was another thing, man, going into how phones are going to be obsolete, in the coming years. They saying how phones are going to be obsolete because we're transitioning to a time where this devil wants to fuse man and machine. All right. And the scriptures go into it. All right. So Khan, it says technology continues to get closer and closer to our bodies, from the phones in our pockets to the smartwatches on our wrists. Now, for some people, it's getting under their skin, man. And this is the point. In Sweden, a country rich with technological advancement, thousands have had microchips inserted in their hands. All right. Now, let me see. Con, man. And that's why you have the talk of what? Digital IDs, digital wallets, digital dollars, blockchain technology, tokenization, because we're in those times. It says Sweden's largest train company has started allowing commuters to use chips instead of tickets, and there's talk that the chips could soon be used to make payments in shops and restaurants, man. Which this is an old article. All right. But all right, and let's just get the precept, man. Because here it is, this devil is doing all this stuff with technology, and you see the movies with cyborgs, you see the post-apocalyptic movie, you see the movies like Terminator, all right, and you think that the scriptures wouldn't say anything about this devil and his technology. All right, when you read 2 Thessalonians, it going to his devil and his miracles through what? Through this technology, man. All right. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive an MARK in their right hand or in their foreheads. And once again, the MARK, all right, when you go into it in the Greek, is charagma, which go into a scratch, etching thing, carved, sculpture, graving, a cutting, man. All right, because they're going to have to make a cutting into your flesh so you can receive this microchip, whether it be in your hand, your head. All right. And going into the head, you have Elon Musk with the Neuralink, man. All right. Neuralink. And how did this tie back to the synthetic telepathy? All right. Let's get that. Neuralink it says a neurotechnology company developing implantable brain computer interfaces designed to translate neural signals into action, enable paralyzed patients to control computers or robotics arms with their thoughts, man. Okay? Sort of the fusion of man and machine. Esau trying to play God through his technology. Esau trying to achieve immortality through his technology, man. These are the times that we're in. All right? These are the times that we're in, man. And soon, this devil's going to want every man, woman, and child to receive a microchip inside them. All right, which the scripture is going to go into. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive an MARK in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the MARK, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. The time that we're coming into, you will not be able to purchase. You will not be able to buy and sell. You will not be able to make payments unless you have the microchip, because they're going to get rid of this current monetary system, all right, this cash-based monetary system, and usher in a digital one, a cashless one, where your payments, your purchases, your buying and selling are going to be done digitally, are going to be done cashlessly through this microchip that they're going to want inside you, man. And these are the times that we're fastly approaching, all right? And we know, according to the scriptures, that we are not to receive this thing unto death, even unto death, man. The scriptures say, be faithful unto death, and I shall give thee a crown of life. All right. And those that receive this thing, they're going to be destroyed, man. But that's really the point. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to close it out, giving infinite praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, time of his truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.